All right. Remember, we were talking about AI now. We were talking about ChatGPT before last week, towards the end of last week. And I said, if I was still working in the New York lifestyle blog that I used to manage, I would fire all the writers and I would have AI write everything. Remember I said that? Oh, why? Because all we used to write were really listicles. The top 10 worst things about the New York subway. You know what I mean? That's all we used to write. Who are the kings of online listicles and crap content, Natch? Do you know?
Those things like you wouldn't believe what number 7 is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, number 7 will surprise you. Who are the kings of creating that kind of content?
I don't know. Presa Rosa?
I would say there is one company above all, Buzzfeed.
Yeah.
Buzzfeed are the kings of that. You know what I mean? Why do you go to Buzzfeed? Unless you've got a burning desire to know which Spice Girl you are. Or what your favorite Friends character says about you as a person. You've got no reason to go to Buzzfeed. Because that's all they do, listicles and stupid quizzes. Well, Buzzfeed is going to use AI to write its articles after firing, strap yourselves in, después de echar 180 employees. 180 empleados. Wow. And they say that, that ChatGPT is not going to have a big impact. You tell that to 180 people who have just been fired from BuzzFeed. Granted, writing the internet's worst content, but still. BuzzFeed menu. Actually, you could totally get an AI to write BuzzFeed. I'm sure there was a BuzzFeed generator. Yeah, you can. I mean, I've tried it myself with ChatGPT. Give me top 10 reasons why, why whatever. Why Richard Vaughan is the king of the English language. And it'll do it. Then you add some photos. So yeah, humans, this news coming from English.almayadeen.net. BuzzFeed to use AI to write its articles after firing 180 employees. Humans could still have their role in providing cultural currency and inspired prompts. Now, this is something I've heard. Like a future job will be prompt engineering. Prompt engineering. Now, what is prompt engineering? I know when I have to explain something when Natch looks at me like the surface of the sun. Prompt engineering. So a prompt is what you write into an AI text field in order to generate an article or whatever you've typed in there. Okay. So prompt engineering is how to write people who write the perfect prompts to get the best responses. So prompt wizards it will be a job of the future. But obviously, instead of 180 employees to write articles, just one guy typing in, write me a listicle about, sad stuff. After dozens of employees were laid off, online publisher Buzzfeed, known for its pop culture articles, quizzes, and listicles, announced it would start using artificial intelligence to write its content. It's happening. It's happening, Natch. It's the end of the world. Let's see. I want to know how my favorite salad reveals when I'm going to get married, says Min. Then you need to go to BuzzFeed, sir. Oh dear. Sharp objects. Which Spice Girl are you? If you're not sporty, question your life choices. She was cool. She was the cool one. I don't know. I'm a big fan of the other Mel. Was it Mel B? Scary? Scary Spice was pretty cool. No one wanted to be Ginger Spice. Parentheses Old Spice. Right? But I would have been Mel B. I'm now you're making me want to know what Spice Girl I am. Thanks, guys. Posh Spice doesn't even sing anything on Wannabe. Oh my god. Have her stricken from the Spice record. Natch probably looks at you like the sun because your head reflects the light differently. It's a true story. Overhead lighting and a bald head. It's not a good combination. Jerry is a Tory, is she? Oh. Jerry Halliwell, a.k.a. Old Spice, a.k.a. Ginger Spice, is a conservative. There you go. It's official. I read it on the internet chat. It must be true. Scary Spice is fine too, although Sporty is the nicest one. And she was really talented. She did that song with Bryan Adams. I feel like we're getting off the point. We're talking about AI. So a friend of the show, Pedro from Instagram. Finally, if you remember on Friday, Natch, he couldn't access properly ChatGPT. Finally, he did. And here's his message. Hey, Rob, I finally managed to try ChatGPT and I'm freaking out. Yeah, which is a common reaction to when you first meet the thing that's going to make half the world unemployed. I asked complex legal questions involving concepts like representations, warranties, and indemnities in a context of intellectual property rights licensing and received very well structured and convincing answers. But you know what it lacks? Judgment. Interesting. Judgment. It can explain concepts, but when it comes to giving an advice to a practical case, a lawyer like me is still needed. So for the time being, I'm not fired. And that's now. Let's see in 2 or 3 months' time, you know? Let's see in a year's time, project ChatGPT 3 into ChatGPT 4, and let's see how necessary we humans are. Now, there was a period of time where everyone in big tech was taking AI seriously, but slowly. Since OpenAI released ChatGPT, everybody is running. I mean, we did the news on Friday about the Google founders returning to Google because they're in panic mode, in crisis, in panic mode. Alerta. Someone gave me a good translation for that. I can't remember. Go on, Natch. What was it?
Pánico?
In panico. Well, yeah. In code red.
Alerta roja.
Alerta roja. Oh, Natch, give yourself a nivelazo, sir. Give yourself a nivelazo.
Vaya nivelazo.
Okay. But that's not the only news. To kind of further back up this this theory of mine that, you know, mass unemployment is on the horizon. This is from Yahoo News. Okay, a report says that AI could potentially replace 85 million jobs worldwide by 2025. Can I read that number again? 85 million jobs. Jeez Louise. According to a press release, tech marketing agency Codeword has announced their latest interns aren't actually humans, but instead fully operate on computer-generated software. Wow. I mean, I will admit, I've used ChatGPT in my job too. I mean, who would have done that work? This is the thing. I'm not putting anyone out of work because it would have been me who would have done the work. Just taking a longer period of time. But it's true what Pedro says. Judgment. It lacks judgment. I mean, ChatGPT was created by basically compiling a lot of written text and having the computer understand contextually the meaning of this text and how to reproduce it. But that doesn't mean it has judgment. It doesn't have the human ability to kind of envision the future and project into the future to choose a correct answer. So giving advice may not actually be one of its strong suits. So for now, Natch, we are currently employed. Until they think of until they release a good AI voice generator. I've still got a job, Natch. And you too. What Natch does is way more complex than what I do. Let's see what people are saying. Is Ginger Spice the one that married Christian Horner? Asks Min. No idea who Christian Horner is. But Sharp Objects says yes. She also says, the thing is, AI is never going to replace quality writing. It replaces soulless writing. Exactly. I agree, Sharp Objects. I agree with that. Can we get a ProBoh approved for Sharp Objects, please?
ProBoh approved.
Yeah, it's not Natch, guys. It's not Natch. It's the computer it's got hamsters inside it, or guinea pigs, conejillos de India, and in the morning they're still tired and cold. We need to give them a carrot nudge, so so the sounds come out quickly. AI is automation. It's a robot arm making a car. You still need humans for quality control and the like. Exactly, Sharp Objects. But it's true that those crappy articles would have gone to an editor, and your editor is the quality control. I know I used to do the job. So people would write, I, as the editor, would get the articles, edit them, and put them in the publication. Now that's a ton of. I used to hire like 5 writers when I was working for Secret New York. Now unnecessary.